Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. As we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news of rising interest rates as economic activity wanes. But first up today, there was another dairy auction earlier this morning and another positive one. Prices were up 2.5% in US dollar terms, up 2.4% in New Zealand dollar terms. That is the second rise in a row, totalling 5.9%, after a string of 4 retreats that totaled 9.2%. So we recovered a bit more than half of the fall since February. There were rises across the board, led by the 5% rise in whole milk powder prices. But this has been a rare bright spot in today's lineup. Not helping today are equity market pressures on more American regional bank stocks. This is coming ahead of tomorrow's Federal Reserve meeting, which is shaping up as a critical one for market confidence. A 25 basis point rate hike is on the cards there, taking their policy rate to 5.25% and matching the RBNZ. And the US retail impulse remains very weak. On a same-store basis, last week retail sales were up a mere 1.3% from a year ago levels, and far less than accounts for price inflation. In March, the number of job openings in the United States decreased by much more than expected, and American factory order levels disappointed as well. In China, they may be on holiday this week, but the economic activity and recovery there is setting them back in their air quality. A clear blue sky, once a rare sight, is again becoming a luxury this spring as factories gear up production in a bid to recover from 3 years of pandemic disruptions. And after suffering at least 2 full years of ugly retreats, Hong Kong managed some sort of bounce back in the first quarter of 2023 with a 5.3% rise in GDP from the prior quarter. EU inflation isn't abating. Their CPI rose marginally to 7% in April from March's 13-month low of 6.9%. The pressure remains on the ECB. And the Reserve Bank of Australia unexpectedly raised their cash rate by 25 basis points to 3.85% yesterday, after maintaining it at 3.6% in April. This marks the 11th straight time the bank has raised rates in the past year, defying market predictions for a pause and pushing borrowing costs to their highest level since April 2012. And the US Treasury 10-year yield starts today at 3.43% and back down a very sharp 15 basis points from this time yesterday. And the price of gold will start today at $2,012 an ounce. That's up $30 from yesterday. And oil prices have fallen $4 from yesterday to be just over $71.50 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is just under $75.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is up almost a half a cent against the US dollar and now at 62.1 US cents. Against the Aussie, we're a tad firm at 93.1 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're up marginally to 56.4 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index is now at 70.1 and up 30 basis points from this time yesterday. Get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.